Hey, Laura J, Jared Wade, Eric Vasquez, we've got Lesego too. All of this is part of the Album 22.2 monthly meeting where we gather in order to discuss and do updates for one another and to also talk about the project that is designed to help in harmonizing humanity. So we are super excited to be able to come together, even if it is a small yet mighty crowd who listen to the replay as well as who are here with us live. So Jared Wade is actually on, he's in transit right now, just due to scheduling. So I'm going to throw it over to Jared. And Jared, if you want to do an update on the project where you're at and the marketing that you're talking about, that would be great for everyone to be aware of, please.
Okay. So I'm looking at blip ads, which are electronic billboards, just draw more traffic to the website and reach more people that wouldn't necessarily be online thinking about it or thinking about looking at, into purpose in life. Just something to capture attention. And then I'm looking also into radio advertisement. And specifically, Nora Dream is working with the concept of radio advertising for a new album that we have coming out. But I wanted to connect our efforts there directly with Album 22. And once, we're connected and plugged in with Album 22, the obvious growth and directive will be, the next step into Album 22.2. And so there is marketing going out that way. I said connect with more of the originals in this program of marketing Album 22, just because I feel like connecting what we're doing, everybody else is doing. If we're lifting up Album 22 and lifting up all the artists that are on there and that are part of that project, then we're lifted up as well. And that's, we've talked about that before, where it's synergistic. And if we're building each other, then we're growing ourselves. And so I don't want to approach it from the concept of, okay, we're just going to advertise our new album and drop it at that. But we're advertising Album22.com, which will be the hub for Album 22 and Album 22.2, just to draw more foot traffic and more attention to our efforts and reach more people with the message that we have.
Awesome. Well, thank you for leading by example, Jared, and anyone else who is an original contributor to Album 22 or who are contributing to Album 22.2. We would love for you to also do the same in terms of mentioning and linking back Album 22 so that then your song on it is featured, and then also this project is given more awareness, because we can either try to do it alone or we can be on the same ship and realize that if we uplift ourselves and lift others in the process, then everyone is lifted. So that is awesome. And the blip ads and radio ads, definitely keep us posted on that. Any other insights from others who are contributing? We would love to be able to get more understanding of what is happening in your world, so that then we can better feature what you're doing and then really make this the group effort that it's intended to be. And to that point also, one of the requirements, as you know, for participating in Album 22.2 to have your song be on the album playlist that we're going to be adding to the Album 22 playlist is to actually share a trade secret of sorts. So we're just really looking to be able to develop ourselves and one another, as you know. And so please reach out with the workshop topic that you would like to do. Robin Benedict, she already got her song Freedom in. And so she also, before she had baby Freedom, she was going to run a songwriting workshop. And so now that she's had Freedom, we're going to get into conversation about doing a workshop along those lines for anyone that, it's a skill set that those who have been doing it for a long time have more resources behind them to be able to understand how to do it. And so I would love others who would be interested in participating in that workshop and contributing with Robin. And then also for additional workshop topics so that we can start adding those to our monthly gatherings so that we can connect in community and also we can grow ourselves and each other in the process. So please do submit those workshop ideas and topics. I wanted to also mention that one of the ways that I'm doing my best to promote Album 22.2 and Album 22 is on January 29th at 2 o'clock. I'm actually calling for kings and queens to assemble in Queen's Park in Toronto as a way to transform our self-image, which has been part of the theme for the first album and now this one as well. And so I just wanted to seed the fact that on the 29th of January at 2 o'clock, if you are in Toronto and want to come out and be in common unity with some amazing individuals who see the value of actually becoming the artists of a life worth living, which is really what all of this is connected to. I would love for you to be able to come out. So wanted to make that plug. And then also I'm going to throw it over to Eric. So Eric this morning was supposed to be doing a recording. So he's got some exciting things happening. And as an original in Album 22, would love for you to give everybody an update as to what's happening in your world, Eric.
Yeah, no, thank you, Laura. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, a lot going on. The recording today was actually a little bit different. However, I am doing a lot of new music, and I am excited, Laura, for your idea that you have proposed to me. For Album 22.2. Definitely very excited. And no, today the recording got delayed. It's for a podcast, and so I have been approached, or I have been approached by a good friend of mine, and he had or has an idea for a podcast to kind of speak to a lot of what we talk about in this album, and just really about living a life of fulfillment. He wants to approach it from sort of like the male perspective, and yet at the same time, though, he wants to invite everyone, so it's going to be an inclusive sort of podcast, right, where we actually interview, both men and women, and just, sort of like speak to, some of the, I guess I would say, some of the mental aspects of just how we feel, how we, show up in the world, and, how that can kind of help everyone kind of just live in synergy, right? Live in unison and come together. And so his idea is called The Secret Sauce for Life. And it was a little play on, kind of like how we order our food. And so, yeah, he invited me to join him, and I was like, yeah, I gladly accepted. And so that was the recording that I was going to do. So I appreciate that. However, yeah, from a music perspective, though, yeah, a lot going on, and looking so much forward to just staying involved with this project that we're working on now. And Jared, thank you for sharing your ideas about getting the word out about what we're doing, because I think, yeah, a lot more people need to know about what the work we're doing here, for sure. So
awesome. And when you do your podcast, if you mention Album 22.2 and this initiative to give people an opportunity to actually not just acknowledge the feelings, but to really go deeper into those feelings, the way that music really takes us on that journey of really understanding our feelings and allows us to really piece them together in a way that is harder to do when you're just in the feels of it. Whereas if you've got the movement that you can ride the wave with, then it transforms things, which is really the intention behind this project and the shift that we're working towards with it. So the tipping point in collective consciousness very much does require each of us to do our part, which is what this is. And there is a song that Eric is actually going to help in producing a group cover. So this is an invite. I have mentioned it, but what we're intending to do is actually do a group cover of Emelie Sandi's song, Read All About It, which is incredibly empowering, and it's very poignant for the times that we're living in and everything that this album represents. So Eric is going to be producing that song for us when we pull it all together. And I've actually got Leah Troche, who spoke at the Pier support on the Pier event that I hosted, or I called on. I didn't host anything just for legality purposes, but I called just a peer support on the Pier meeting outside, and had some amazing people come, and Leah actually did toning within the group. So she led that process, and she's got harmonized hue-manity.ca. And so she's going to come to the Queens and King, or the Kings and Queens Assembly on the 29th in Toronto. And I asked her if she might be willing to even lead a group song or rendition of Read All About It, so that we can really start taking our power back. So I just is there anything you wanted to speak into that cover about, Eric? I know we haven't had a chance to speak about it just yet too much.
Yeah, no, other than I am excited and, very honored to, be a part of it for sure. And it's going to be great. Yeah, it's going to be a great experience to have so many of, just other powerful artists and inspiring people to, come together. Yeah. And make this really great music. So no, I'm just that. And I feel like that speaks to the essence of like what we're doing here, right? I think that speaks to what it's all about in this world, is coming together, right? Coming together for a great cause, and just something that provides purpose for all of us. Yeah, so no, I'm excited for sure.
Awesome.
Very honored.
To that point, actually, one of the things that I thought would be really important and significant and useful is to actually, as an artist that may have a heart to advocate for freedom, if you would be interested in thinking about how can we actually start bringing music into the rallies and the protests and the things that ultimately are pushing against that which we don't want, which just feeds it. And so if we then move over to creating something better, what if we actually created some songs or some chants or things that we could do in unison when groups came together, whether in protest or rallies, but at least if we had group cries, so to speak, that we could actually rally together and then start vocalizing in harmony, that is going to add a lot of power to any events that are coming. Jared, I heard your sound.
Yes, I that's funny, because all I did was had a thought, and the car moved, and you're like, okay, Jared, I know you got something. Know Our Dream, we have a song called No Fear, and it's very much that kind of, it was something that we wrote when we were really kind of frustrated with all the fear mongering and panicking that was going on. It was just like, okay, well, we need to have a song that just says, hey, we're not afraid. We're going to press forward no matter what and live our life. And that's really the message of the song, is to just stand tall and go forward without worrying about, things get scary, things get uncertain, but we don't have to be afraid, and we don't have to act from fear when we're moving forward in the world. So that's that song, and it's really only like a minute and a half long. It's really not long at all, but it's that simple kind of got no fear up in here kind of thing.
Nice. Okay.
That's it. Right along those lines.
Well, definitely submit the lyrics for that, please. And then if others also have any songs, not so much songs, I'm thinking more something we can put to a melody, but something that's shorter, sweeter, that's kind of the just the rally cry. So the song would be amazing, and if we could get some strategic words that are empowering that the people could also repeat at the same time, that I think each of those are a really important way to shift how we're showing up, to how we're advocating for ourselves at this time in our shared story. So I just wanted to put that out, thanks to Eric's inspiration to remember an idea that had come in passing that I think is good. And just because I think it's good doesn't mean that it is, but I share it because just because an idea comes to me or you doesn't mean we are the ones that are actually meant to give birth to it. So I offer it without expectation or attachment, but simply say, within the community that we already have and that we're growing with Album 22.2, I think that there is great potential to really contribute a lot without necessarily even having to be there in person. Do you have anything else there, Jared?
I think I'm gonna lose reception here in a little bit, but I'm very excited about what we have coming out and how things are gonna be rallying around the idea of drawing more attention to what we've already done and how that will help set the stage to draw the attention to the other projects we're working on. Mm-hmm. The concept of finding purpose in life, and then the concept of healing our wounded child, healing the wounded child within us, but then also reaching out into the world to discover and help others heal. That's really some great energy that we're bringing, and bringing more eyes to it is just going to help grow this message. And that's really the central point, the central focus is we came together because we wanted to make positive effects, positive change in the world. And so let's use that shared energy and plow forward in promoting each other. Because as I'm reaching out with this energy, I definitely want to put more names up in front on Album 22 than just ours. So that's my efforts and intentions in there.
Amazing. Thank you. And as a way to get the music out as well, in some of the videos that I've done, like with the recording of the peer support on the Pier event last weekend, which is on the third Thursday of each month now at 2:00 in Port Dover on the Pier. We're going to gather for peer support on the Pier. If anyone is local to here and wants to be part of that, then you are more than welcome to come, and we will raise our voices in order to be able to really harmonize ourselves and the world around us. In the recording of that last gathering, I included Robin Benedict's song Freedom to the recording at the end. So the track ended with her song. So she's already submitted it for the Album 22.2 project. Do we have other contributors as well who have submitted new songs, Jared? If you want to speak into that, I just wanted to mention that I am starting to bring in more music, and Annette Joy, I shared her song, which she had come in with Album 22. Her song's not on Album 22, but she is involved with Album 22.2. And so I shared her song on a call that I was doing, and then I brought in Robin's song as well. So I kind of did a 2-song feature in a call that I was doing, and then I brought in the extra pieces. So I just want to say too, I'm more than happy to bring in music of a higher level that is resonant, that takes people to that place of joy and peace. So I just want to say I do feature other songs from Album 22, and now I am also looking to bring in featuring more of the songs that are submitted for Album 22.2, if that would be something that you would be interested in. So I do say what the song is, and then Jared, you're getting the songs that are submitted onto your website there?
Yeah, that's the plan, is we're going to get those onto the website. I really need to take some time, some focus time, away from everything I'm doing here, but focus on, looking at the songs that have come in and putting those up in a way that everybody can access them and hear what's been submitted thus far.
Yeah.
So we're in process on that. But yeah, there has been a couple that have come in.
Awesome. All right. Well, I'll look forward to seeing those with everyone else once those are ready on the website. And so we will keep today's meeting short and sweet, since there is just the four of us, and I want to honor all of our time and everyone that listens back to the recording as well. Please know that we do have these monthly meetings every on the 22nd day of the month, and so I just need to look up what time we set the next meeting to be at. So if somebody else wants to have a word while I look for the February 22nd. Well, I haven't even made it, so we haven't set the time yet. Well.
Right. So that's the other thing too. If there's a time that would work better for like Lasego or other participants, then let us know, because we can adjust the timing to make it work. And that's kind of the concept and the idea that we had initially is we'll do one a month, but we'll make it so that it's flexible as far as the time, so to accommodate more people. I know Mia missed out on a lot of the meetings because of her being in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's something she kind of wanted to look into a little bit more. So if we reach out to her specifically and find out what times would work best for her as far as being able to come and have a voice of this new project.
Mm-hmm.
And it already got a song she sent me to review and hopefully to be part of this next project. She's not alone. There's a lot of talk to Janine. Janine's got a song that she wants to be part of this project, and her. I love her efforts and her energy and her intention and what she's bringing. And there's so many things that are coming together for this. It's very, very exciting.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely keep everybody posted. And as we figure out specifically what time the next 22nd meeting is going to be,
Mm-hmm.
send out emails, send out reminders, and we'll get a program set up so that we have an idea if we're going to be presenting what a little bit more.
Yeah.
So forward, keep going.
Yeah. Awesome. So everyone that has submitted a song, we also need to know what the skill that you're going to share is for the workshop that we're asking that either you do a workshop or a 10-minute video. So you can do either option, but basically we're just really looking for you to pour back into the community that is pouring back into you. So look forward to getting those workshop suggestions. I'm going to send this recording out right after we're off, and so I'll get it up on my YouTube channel as always, and then I'll just ask that you reach back and let us know what skill you would like to share that you feel would have been really valuable to you when you first got started in the industry. And I think that will really help a lot of the young ones that are needing the mentorship that you and we have to offer, and are going to be more confident to know that they're not just doing it on their own, even though they are. We're all doing it alone. But when we actually do what we're doing and also are part of a community, then it doesn't feel quite so lonely or as daunting. And that means we might actually step further out of the comfort zone, in the growth zone, and then actually get to that breakthrough point of changing our self-image, because then we did the thing that before we just thought would be a really cool thing to do. So I look forward to getting those responses about which workshops people are interested in doing. The Kings and Queens Assembly, January 29th at 2 o'clock, is going to be an exciting experience, and you are invited to dress up warmly as a king or queen, however you choose to be. But ultimately, my intention is for us to know that a king or a queen is meant to be themselves and to responsibly cater to and look after the house that our body is for ourselves. So look forward to the 29th next month, and then whatever comes up in the meantime. Anything else that wants to be added to today's meeting before we close off? Okay.
I think we're good, Laura. I think it's been exactly what it needed to be.
Yeah, I love it. Well, this was our shortest and sweetest meeting yet. So please give it a like, leave a comment, let us know what you thought. And then also make sure to share it with an artist that you feel might be interested in having more support behind them to do what they really came here for in this world. So peace out. Have a great day, everyone.
Take care, everyone.